Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Each and every night, good evening, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful Wednesday evening here in the Chicagoland area. I feel like one of the three little bears. Why? Because the temperature is just right. Not too hot, not too cold, but just beautiful weather here in the Chicagoland area. We have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. Tonight, we're going to talk about the fact that September is Self-Care Awareness Month. And this coming Monday, September 13th, we're going to kick off a 10-day self-care awareness campaign on this show and on social media. Things that you can do for 10 days that will help you to be better to yourself. And then also we'll meet two amazing ladies who are from the Chicagoland area. They're veteran journalists, highly respected women in the media field, and they are going to have a new talk show that will be premiering here in Chicago on Monday, September 13th. And so we'll get to meet the fun side of these ladies because they're actually at home with their families and they're taking time out of their busy schedules to hang out with us tonight to introduce themselves, for you guys to get to know the fun side of them, and we'll talk about their new show. Well, speaking of the fun side, our co-host is the amazing Miss Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Well, hello there, Nugget of Knowledge, and how are you this evening? Isn't that interesting? You actually could be an item, a nugget of knowledge.
Yes, to all, but to that special someone, I'll be his only nugget. How about that?
Oh, okay. Anywho. I like that. Yeah, maybe I could follow in your footsteps. Maybe I could be somebody's only nugget as well too. You know what? You and I need to start a dating service.
I agree.
That's what we could call it. Be somebody's nugget. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. We'll talk about that offline.
Okay, we'll put that out in the atmosphere. We're glad you guys are tuned in tonight. As you guys all know, it's our Friday. We're still on our 3 days or 3 nights a week shows, but we appreciate you guys being here. Let's get busy and start talking about some things. Last night on the show, you had inquired from me, where were you September 11th? As you guys all know, this coming Saturday, we'll be commemorating 20 years of one of the most horrific terrorist attacks ever here in the United States. September 11th will always go down as just a day most of us will never forget, but we also want our next generations to not forget the significance of the day as well too. And so, Renee, I'm gonna go back to your question from last night about where were you on September 11th?
Well, at the time I was still married. And as you know, my background is in audit and compliance. I was actually working for the University of Chicago hospitals, and I was heading to the office. Both of my parents were alive, and my mother called me as I was about to park my car. She said, "Baby, something has happened in New York." I said, "What are you talking about, Mom?" And she was like, "Something has happened. You need to get home." I said, "Mom, I just parked the car. I'm going to work." And so when I head upstairs to my office, my director at the time, he was like, "Karen, I don't know how to tell you this, but the Twin Towers collapsed. There was a plane that went in the towers." I said, "What?" And we had an office. It's similarly to a house. It was a whole house office.
Yeah.
And we had the television watching, and it was just like, oh my God. And at the time, when I was married, I was living downtown. So once we knew what happened, my boss said, "Why don't you go home and, be with your family?" That's why I'm about to close up the office, because we didn't know what was going on. It was like, you heard about, Pennsylvania, then you heard about the Pentagon, then you heard about the towers. And as I said, I will never forget that I drove home, was with my ex-husband at the time, and it was just horrific. It was like, every time I saw the footage, it was surreal. I'm thinking, this is a movie. This not real. This is not the real thing. And then You heard it throughout the whole day, and every time you hear a news report, I would just get depressed like nobody's business. I said, and of course, every news outlet is going to commemorate from now until Saturday, including my podcast about 9/11. And the interesting part, I have friends. In fact, one of my dear friends who used to live in New York, she was working at the towers when it happened, and she was able to get out successfully, and that was a good thing. But you think about it, doesn't seem like 20 years, Art. It really doesn't. It's like it seems like yesterday, and I guess every time we commemorate this, everybody, from CNN to our local news outlets, they talk about what happened and where were you on 9/11. So that's a date like December 7th, 1941, when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. That 12/7/41, 9/11 2001.
Right.
Those dates you won't forget.
No, not at all. Not at all. When you asked me the question last night, I had been thinking about this all week. So when you did ask me about the question, I kind of was taken back a little bit, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm still thinking about this. So make sure you ask me on the show tomorrow night. I was just recovering from surgery. I lived in a high-rise building, much like yourself. You live downtown. I lived in a Hyde Park area, and I had a window with a beautiful view of the lake. And I'm laying there on the sofa. This surgery I was recuperating from, I could only sleep on my sofa. And I'll never forget the news people were saying, planes had hit the World Trade. I mean, much like yourself, you're sitting there shocked. I'm picking up the painkillers like, wait a minute, I've had too many. And then as the news progressed throughout the day, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm in a high-rise building. You know what I'm saying? And I'm immobile. I can't move. So it was a day that I will never, ever forget. Then when both the planes went down, being a former flight attendant, that hurt me so much to just wonder where are all my friends, what happened. And then the days following all of that was just a mess. A lot of my flight attendant friends were displaced from home for almost 2 weeks after that because everything had shut down. And they couldn't get home because everything had shut down, much like this virus, had shut everything down. So it was a lot to take in. And really, I don't ever want our young people not to forget what happened that day, how many lives were lost, how many first responders showed up. A lot of them end up losing their lives. And then the residual effect of things that have gone on since then is just something that we'll never, ever be able to erase from our memories. So that was a good question yesterday.
Yeah, and as I said, this coming Saturday, I'm so blessed to know this young lady, and she is definitely a seasoned woman, but she was in the Pentagon when it happened, and she has a little history, Art. Retired Captain Gail Harris, who is the first African American female naval intelligence officer. So she was at the Pentagon when it happened. So I'm looking forward for her to share her story with Kim and I on Saturday. So
very good. Good job. Yeah. Look, good job. Good job.
I learned from the best, honey.
Well, I'll have to have her back for Women's History Month, my dear, because that's a good job. Well, I'm going to go to some of the comments that people have been putting up here so far. My friend Anna Mitchell, I just love and adore her. She said over the weekend, political candidate Joyce Washington's funeral took place. Right. And I'm shocked as well, too. I took the post down and I read it and I'm like, are you kidding me? I didn't even know Joyce Washington had passed. If I'm not mistaken, didn't she run for mayor of the city of Chicago?
Yeah.
Right. So I thought that would be because really she was the first African-American woman to run for mayor of the city of Chicago.
That's weird. Wow, I'm surprised no one has covered that.
Yes, and speaking of flight attendants, this is our good friend Crystal Courtney. Yes. Hey, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
We are doing well. We're so glad that you're here with us this evening. Yes. We really appreciate you.
And happy anniversary. She had celebrated anniversry. Happy
That's
anniversary.
That's right. She had a birthday and an anniversary.
That's right.
Anniversary. She did. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Wamelda.
Hi, Debbie.
We appreciate you guys And Anna has some of the best hot dogs ever, and they're turkey dogs. So we'll have to
Oh.
have her on the show one night, because if I'm not mistaken, I think she has a Hyde Park location. So we'll have to get her on the show
And
one
have
night.
them delivered to our house, okay?
Yeah, well, that's okay. Whatever it is, we're going to eat her hot dogs on the air and let people know how good the hot dogs are.
Okay.
Now, what I'm telling y'all. Okay, so that's how we do that. Absolutely.
Okay.
So make sure you guys do something to commemorate 9/11 this coming Saturday or over the weekend. Sit down, talk to your children, especially if they're younger, to let them know what happened. Go through some archival information and share information. And then our good friend Robin Roberts of ABC News is doing a special tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to try to wrap this show up in time. She's going to talk to the women of 9/11. So that should be really good tonight. We're interested in hearing what she has to say.
It's Virgo season, baby.
Lord. Can Scorpio season hurry up and get here? That's all I'm saying.
And I see, you know when Scorpio season, I always say, hey, yep, Scorpio season is my boy.
Yes,
so when it's Virgo season.
Yes, all right. We celebrate Virgo season around here. We are. All right, well, let's give you the latest updates on COVID-19. Illinois Department of Public Health officials reported 3,961 new confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19. Unfortunately, we had 62 fatalities as a result of COVID, and this was reported as of Wednesday. There has now been 1,554,336 total cases of COVID-19, and this includes 24,194 deaths since the beginning of the pandemic. The statewide test positivity rate from September 1 through 7 is at 5.1%, and as of this evening, that percentage is still standing at 5.1. So I don't know. Our death totals are definitely rising. Our numbers of people, confirmed cases, seems to be teeter-tottering between 2,000, and I think what's the highest we've had is maybe 5,000. So I don't know, but that's it. As of Tuesday night, 2,327 patients were reported to be in hospitals here in Illinois battling COVID-19. 565 of those patients were in the ICU. 343 of those patients with COVID-19 were on ventilators.
You know, I know you sent me a story regarding Texas, the school districts.
Yes.
You know, everybody's going back to school, but unfortunately 2 middle school teachers did not make it because, you know, with Texas and also Florida, the rate of cases as well as fatalities continues to increase. And I don't know our governors, our politicians, I don't know if they're getting this. You know, there's a reason why you have a mask mandate. And for those children who cannot get vaccinated, right? Those children under 12, you've got to protect our future. And for our government or some governments here across the country, they're not protecting their future. It's just, it angers me. It truly angers me. You know, you're hearing news reports all the time about parents not wanting to mask their children. Well, come on now. You brought them in this world. You want to protect them. You think about all the vaccinations that we had to get when we went to school. Mumps, chickenpox,
you know what? I was
measles.
the other day, there's a meme on social media where they show that mark that most of us have on our arm that looked like you got shot by a machine gun or something. They were saying, listen, you didn't know what was in that, but all of us had to have that. Because matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a funny story. I started school late because of my age and having to have the vaccination. You know what I'm saying? Because of my birthday was in November. They used to have rules and guidelines about you had to be a certain age to start then, and you know, so just a lot of things, and you had to have that vaccine back then. So just interesting. But yes, let me add this to our conversation as well too. We were talking last week about Illinois had put, or the city of Chicago had put a travel advisory out, and the only place that was left to travel for the holiday weekend was Vermont. And we actually had a running joke, a friend of mine, we were like, I don't know how many of us would be going to Vermont for the weekend. I mean, that doesn't sound like, I didn't see anybody on social media saying, hey, I'm going to my cousin's barbecue in Vermont. I did not see it at all.
But they're known for maple syrup because they're right near the Canadian border.
Which is true, but now here's the deal. It's not even maple syrup season, is it? I don't think it's maple syrup season. Right.
It's not.
So as for the chances of folks that look like us going to Vermont this time of year,
are slim and none.
Yes, I didn't see many of us on social media saying, you know what, we're going to pack up the station wagon and we're headed to Vermont. No, but guess what? Vermont is now on that list. Every state in the United States is now on the travel advisory list.
Including Maine?
New Hampshire, Connecticut, the District of Columbia, said their case rates have fallen below the threshold on Wednesday. Now, they claim that their numbers have dropped, but we did not remove them from the orange list. So they are still everybody. Hawaii, everybody is on the list.
Alaska.
Right, Alaska, all of them.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody is on the list now. So no, you guys cannot go anywhere. Stay home.
Crystal said that's not true. They flying.
I know they still flying, but now Crystal, I know they're not going. Are they going to Vermont? They may be going to Connecticut. But Vermont, okay, we love Vermont. I'm trying to, do the travel writer thing again, so I don't want Vermont not to invite me to come hang out.
They may send you a 4-star hotel package, Art. Let's keep
at the Maple Tree Inn.
There you go. And I bet you there's a Maple Tree Inn in Vermont.
Oh, I agree. There's a Maple Tree Inn in Vermont. All right, so we'll work that out. All right, so now here's another story that I was reading today. This story broke this afternoon, that fully vaccinated Americans, the risk of being hospitalized or dying from COVID-19 is very low. But now there's a number of those breakthrough cases, and with the new variant, that many older adults and those with multiple underlying medical conditions could actually be very ill, seriously ill, or could die. And, I was just telling somebody yesterday that I do know of 2 situations of people that were fully vaccinated. They did have other underlying health issues, and they did transpire and through this process. So it really makes me wonder, I don't know if people are still running to go get the vaccine or not.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the actual percentage of fully vaccinated adults here in Chicago or countrywide, because I believe it has not been accelerating as I'm sure the White House would like. But again, we're entering a new season. When fall comes, what comes next is winter. So,
right.
The interesting part now, how juxtaposition is this? We're having cases of COVID, but not many cases of the flu.
Right. Yes. Well, remember I told you I was in a grocery store. Remember the running joke is that older white men love talking to me. Remember we talked about this on the show. And I was in the grocery store and this gentleman just came up, started talking to me. He said, young man, all we hear is COVID, COVID, COVID. How come we ain't heard nothing else about the flu? Did the flu just disappear? And that's interesting because now they're trying to tell us to get the flu shot as well. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I just had the COVID vaccine and now we're getting ready to put a flu shot on top of it? I don't know.
I've gotten the flu shot. And ironically, I did not get the flu shot prior to the pandemic shutdown.
Okay. So you've had the flu shot before, or you never had the flu shot?
I've had the flu shot before, and I usually get it every year. But surprisingly, I did not get it in 2019, for the 2020 winter flu season. And of course, we know what happened in 2020. So, and there's a pneumonia shot for people.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Again, I think is I was so glad that Tony came on last night to talk about your body types and how you can really stay fit and stay well. I'm hoping that you can bring a nutritionist in too to kind of, okay, we're about to enter a new season. How can we, what type of foods that we need to eat to make sure that we are in tip top shape for this new season?
Well, I promise you, I'll have a nutritionist booked on this show within the next 2 weeks. I'll have somebody on to talk to us about that because I put out on social media today, if I had to make you a comfort meal, what would be your favorite comfort food meal? And I noticed that a lot of people on my post named things that were very Southern, very rich in iron. A lot of people said liver and onions, and
Yeah.
people have mixed emotions about liver and onions. A lot of people said legumes, greens, things like that. So it lets me know that people who understand what a good comfort food meal is about is also a good meal for your soul. So
I agree, but I still said, well, what did I say? I still like Sloppy Joe's sandwiches because they just
yes, yeah,
remind me, because I know you're a great cook, so I
yeah.
know if you made me a Sloppy Joe sandwich, I would just be like, oh, no cheese
Okay,
either, just Sloppy
okay,
Joe
all
with
right.
nice butter bread, all that.
All
Oh,
right, so listen, we got sloppy joes coming soon because you would be the only reason I would make some sloppy joes for. Because if not, I would eat the whole pan, and I'm not trying to be, Pillsbury Doughboy sloppy Joe. So
right,
I'll
right,
make us some sloppy joes, but I have to split
right.
it. So yes, I'll
That's
make us
fine.
some sloppy joes very soon. All right, great. All right. For those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on this beautiful Wednesday evening here in the Chicagoland area. We want to remind everyone in the northeastern portion of our country, I guess they're expecting more storms. So please keep the people in Louisiana and the northeastern region of the United States in your prayers because they're supposed to expect more bad weather.
And
Our
and speaking of bad weather,
What about it, darling?
something happened early this morning. Thankfully, we weren't in this country. Mexico had a seven
Oh,
point something earthquake.
yes, yes, they did. Actually, I have a dear friend who's on vacation in Mexico, and he actually was winding down. He's in Mexico City. He was winding down his visit when the earthquake happened. So I've been able to see pictures. He is okay, but he said, I guess when it happened, it was pouring down rain there, and there were people in the streets everywhere. But he showed, where buildings had cracked and
Wow,
infrastructure and things like that. But he is safe and he's okay, him and
good.
his traveling entourage. But I do have a dear friend who is in Mexico City right now and was there for the earthquake. Absolutely.
Wow.
So
And
our
and
huh?
have you been to Mexico City?
I have, but it's been years. It's been years and years and years
Wow.
since I've been in Mexico City. Yes.
I was totally taken aback because I heard Mexico City was big. I had no idea it was that big. I
Oh
said,
yes.
"Oh my god!"
Mexico City is the equivalent of a Chicago, Los Angeles, or New York City. And
Command.
combined. And when you're flying to most places in Mexico further than just Cancun or the resort places, most of the time you will change planes in Mexico City. It's kind of like, they're LA or New York, JFK, or Chicago's O'Hare.
Hmm.
So, if you're going to Acapulco, chances are you will change planes in Mexico City. Mhm. So,
Just
yeah.
huge, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. So we're praying for the people of Mexico and Mexico City as well too after the aftermath of the earthquake. All right. So our co-host is the amazing Miss K Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. See, we get to talking and we just go everywhere with this. So what do you have in news for us tonight?
Well, guess what happens on Monday? Some game show turns 50, and
Really?
they're having a primetime special starring the most cutest host. I mean, I used to love this man, but apparently a lot of women loved him too. Mr. Bob Barker, The Price is Right.
Yes.
They're celebrating their 50th anniversary being Price is Right.
Are you
CBS,
kidding me?
yes, Drew Carey, who's going to be, of course, part of the host, and yeah, they celebrate. I couldn't believe. I said 50 years. They've been around for 50 years.
But if you
Wow.
think about it, we were raised on The Price is Right.
We
And
were.
I hate to admit this, but I'm older than The Price is Right. I just,
Me
oh
too.
my God. I'm older than The Price is Right. But think about it. When we were children, we grew up on The Price is Right.
And then you want to be a contestant because I know I did. I've
Yeah.
always, every time when the Price is Right came on, when a nice prize come, and now I wanted the car. Now forget all the other stuff. Let me get the car, god dog it. And
Yes.
when they
Yes.
with the wheel, you'd spin it. So yeah, congratulations to the Price is Right for celebrating 50 years.
Yay! Shout out to The Price is Right. We're very happy for that. Make sure you
Yes,
guys check that out. I'm sure it'll be a big, because even wasn't Wayne Brady or he was Let's Make a Deal.
he was.
Because
Let's
did
make a
he?
deal.
He was
Yeah,
Let's Make a Deal. Okay, but
let's
yes, The
make a
Price
deal.
is Right. Oh, I remember some of the wildest episodes ever of The Price is Right. I do.
Oh my goodness, you and me
Yeah,
both.
just some of the people, some of the antics. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. The reason why I'm so good at prices is because of The Price is Right. I'm very good. I'm like, oh, that's too expensive. Oh, that's too high. I would never pay that. No, this is how much this costs. So thanks to The Price is Right. Yes. All right.
Amen.
What else you got for
Amen.
us before we welcome our guest tonight?
We talked about this actor who just passed away, Michael K. Williams. Um, but you sent me a beautiful video of Michael K. Williams and my food crush, and I mean that food crush, Anthony Bourdain. I said if
Yes.
I ever met Mr. Bourdain, I'd be like, okay, you could cook and do whatever anytime you want. But it was
Uh-huh.
it's so nice. I didn't. I'm sorry, I digress. Uh, but it was so nice to see them two get together in his episodes of No Reservations. They, toured Brooklyn,
Right.
Michael's home city, and they went to, I think they're a Caribbean restaurant, and they were
Mhm.
like, ordering different meals, and they were sharing. And then Jamie Hector, who played with him on The Wire. I know Jamie Hector from another series, but
Right.
I didn't know they were close, and it was just so nice to see. But when you sent that to me, I said, you know what? They're probably somewhere in Heaven's Cafe having that same meal in a
Right.
different area. So
And when I read the story today and looked at it, I said, how eerie is that? That both of those
yeah.
gentlemen had such a great time exploring the neighborhood, the cuisine, the
Hmm.
people, and to know that they both are now gone. It's
I
just
know.
unbelievable. But, that is the circle of life. It really is.
And that's why
So,
you have to live life to the fullest. You treat people right with respect. You
that's right.
love yourself unconditionally. And if you can do those things, you can live a good life.
That's right. You're absolutely right. In September is Self Care Awareness Month. Don't forget this coming Monday, the 13th, we're going to do 10 days of self care. We're going to give you tips each and every day on social media, the nights that we're on the air, on things that you can do to do self care to make yourself feel good about who you are and your energy and all of that great stuff. So that's what
I'm
we're
look
going to do Monday night.
I'm looking forward to that. I know we're gonna have homework, so it's back to school. Gotta get that homework done.
Got
So
to get that homework done. All right. Well, as you guys all know, we're a health and wellness show. And on this show, we want to
yeah,
remind everyone that the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago, there's a mask mandate that anyone who's over the age of 2 years old, you are required to wear a mask when you're in an indoor situation. I even read where a couple of places have actually gotten in trouble for not wearing they've been ticketed and fined businesses for not adhering to the rules. I don't know how those people were caught, but we remind everyone, my mask tonight says be kind, be kind, be kind. That's what we just got through talking about. That's a part of self-care, is to be kind, and hopefully people will be kind to you in return. And so there we go with that. Make sure you wash your hands, and I guess we're not social distancing anymore. I think that's kind of out the window, but
I
be guarding, as they would say, be guarding of your public space. Be a good
well,
guardian of your public
I
space.
I try if I can to, as Dr. Janet would say, physically distance. So I try
Right.
to do that as much as
Yes.
I can.
Yes. All right. Very good. What else do you want to talk about tonight? We can keep rolling.
I think we covered everything that the fact that this weekend coming up is 9/11. Um, a lot of news outlets are going to be talking about that. The fact that I'm interested, I can't wait till you talk about the self-care tips, because I'm going to be hearing and definitely adhering to those tips. So
Absolutely, which is so good. Which is, a lot of times people are not taking care of themselves. They're so busy with school. A lot of people are going back to work now, taking care of children. And a lot of times we just don't take care of ourselves the way we should. So that's why we're going to talk about self-care starting Monday on this show. We're going to have a lot of great ideas. Believe it or not, so I've started drinking ginger, pineapple, cucumber, and lemon in water. And that's supposed to help to cleanse the body. It's supposed to help for you to detoxify. It has a lot of benefits to it. But if you drink it first thing in the morning, it kind of helps you with your digestion. Because we were talking about ginger last night and how great ginger is for the digestion and all of that. So yes. So coming up Monday, we'll make all of that happen. Okay?
that sounds like a plan, Chat Daddy.
Very, very good. All right. Anything else you want to talk about real quick before we pop on with our guest tonight?
I think I'm excited
in the news that we needed to cover.
I think we covered everything. I mean, from the mask mandate, we covered locally here in Chicago.
We covered
internationally,
the earthquake in Mexico.
Yeah, we covered
that. The Price is Right is celebrating 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's interesting.
It is still. I still can't believe 50 years. And we covered those. Those two states, Texas and Florida, the fact that not only, and you sent me too, that, 10 teachers have died from COVID in Florida since the beginning of the year. Now,
Absolutely.
How crazy is that?
Absolutely. And keep in mind that their school year probably started maybe in August, mid-August. But yes, 10 teachers have died, and this is in the southern Florida area from COVID since the beginning of the school year. So we've got to be very careful and still, do what's necessary until we can figure out what this variant. And then I heard another variant was coming along as well, too.
Oh, goodness.
All right. I'm just going to say this. So listen, do you guys need some happiness in your life? That's what this show is all about. I think this pandemic has made a lot of us want to seek more happiness, more peace. How can we connect with each other? Well, our next two guests this evening, not only are they ladies from the Chicagoland area, we're excited about that. Not only are these ladies veteran journalists, they are highly respected in their field. And yesterday I got a chance to hang out with the two of them. And when I tell you the energy and chemistry between the two of them is just what we need. It's just what we need. We're excited to talk to the co-host of Chicago's newest daytime talk show. It's entitled Daytime Chicago, and it'll be featured on WGN at 10 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Two rock stars who are at home, moms, working moms, and they took time out of their schedule to hang out with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, our good friends, the one and only Miss Amy Rutledge, and Chicago's very own Tanya Francisco. Yay!
Ladies!
I'm so glad I should be able to do this TV thing better, and it won't let me. Like, what's going on here?
Well, actually, you were okay. You were okay. You were okay.
You were fine to start with. What are you doing?
Right. You were perfect. You were perfect.
I'm not answering here. What's going on? I'm so glad, Chat Daddy, that you set us up that way, because I just walked away from a hot mess upstairs in my house. I got 3 boys. We had soccer. We just got done with baths. I got splashed. I was like, okay, I got to put on a little lipstick to make myself feel better. Can I show you my shirt?
Oh, my God.
Right.
Yeah, Mom. We love it. We love it.
I got you one better, Amy. I literally just pulled the last one out of the bath. I switched on a different shirt.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And that's it. No, I can't stand up.
Kind of like what I said yesterday. From the belly button up, we look amazing. I would never be able to stand up.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, first of all, I want to say congratulations. It's an honor and a pleasure to talk to both of you tonight. You are really veteran journalists here in Chicago, highly respected. But what I saw yesterday more than anything was mothers, professional career women. I loved how you had banter about your family, your children. You had fun. How did this idea of this show even come about? And then you two end up being the host is what I want to know.
Well, I don't know about you, Tanya, but I remember, so I started at WGN in 2004. And I remember probably like literally in like 2010, banter about wanting to do a show like this, but it was always just like rumors that were going around, and you know, and obviously nothing came to fruition. So you kind of just waited and hoped. And so by the time when it finally started like bubbling to the surface, you know, I was so excited that I was able to reconnect with the folks at WGN about coming back, because, you know, me and Tanya have been together for a number of years. We know about each other. We know where the skeletons are buried.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's good to be back together.
Yeah, it is fun. So I mean, I don't really know what made them move forward with it right now. I know a lot of the stations around the country are doing it. And we at WGN like to do things a little different. So I think they wanted to wait for the right time that they could do it and put their WGN spin on it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is going to be based on people who know what WGN is. So, you know, I don't like to brag, but it's true. We're not your typical television station. I mean, anybody that comes to WGN knows that WGN is a scratch show. We are truly a family, and as a family, we let you see everything, from the corn to the hangnails to the runny noses. You know, I mean, you hear about it all, because that's just how we are. That is why we're Chicago's very own, because we share so much. And so I think a large part of why this show will be successful is that we are just being ourselves. You know, Amy and I have been at this a long time. We don't really have anything to prove as far as like anchor women. I mean, Lord have mercy, we got miles on us. Miles on us.
Lots of miles.
And we're not afraid to let that show. And I think people can relate to that. I think people appreciate that. They need some realness in their lives every once in a while. And so I think that's what we hope people will kind of grab onto, and we just have a little fun, you know. I mean, it's a lot of heavy stuff going on. This past year, whew, we made it through, and so it's time to smile. And we don't know what tomorrow holds. I mean, every time you turn around, COVID is doing this, it's mutating, it's growing, and everybody is fighting over what they should be doing. It's time to just take a little breather, and that's what we hope to do for that hour.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, Kay Renee was so excited when I told her that you ladies were coming on with us this evening. And Kay Renee, just every time we're in our green room talking before the show, she goes, now, you know, I went to school with this one, and you know, I went to school with that one, and you know, Amy's from the north suburbs. So she is really my Google on this show and lays it all out. So I'm going to let Kay Renee greet you ladies. And Kay Renee, talk to the ladies for me.
Well, first of all, Amy and Tanya, the fact that you're Midwestern women, you know, they may be California women and New York women, but there's nothing like Chicago women.
No.
And Tanya, my dolphin sister. Not only you went to Whitney Young, we also attended University of Illinois Chicago. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's about to be on like popcorn, baby. So I want to. We're celebrating Self-Care Awareness Month, and both of you women are working women, your mothers, your wives, you're all that. What do you two do to take care of self? Because ourselves are most important. If you don't take care of self, you can't take care of anyone else. So what do you two do, ladies, to take care of yourself?
Before we got on, I literally texted Tanya. I'm like, please tell me you're not going to look glam, because I am a hot mess right now. I had a really long afternoon, and I don't know. I can't keep up with you, girl.
Me?
Yes.
You're the one that's always together. Amy is always together. She's the first one in the door. She's all perky, happy, good morning, yeah. But I know that's not what you asked. But to get to your point, I don't do that very well. And one of the things I did rely on Amy a lot for, because she had obviously had Henry, her oldest, before I ever started having children. We were literally like pregnant for a little while, overlapping, and she had twins, and she had it together. So I would text her like, "Hey, do this, what's going on?" She's like, "You got it, girl. You got it, girl." But she was also honest in saying that there are going to be moments where you are just going to cry. She's like, "I did it. I did it yesterday, or I did it earlier in the day. Just have your moments, but you got this." And so I guess one thing I would say is you got to surround yourself with friends, and you got to be able to have some kind of support system. So I have my friends, but really my true support system is my family. My parents have been unbelievable. My mother-in-law is the best, and my husband too. I mean, and Amy can attest to this. Amy has the best husband on the face of the earth. Because when you start measuring up against him, it's like, does he have any clones? Are you guys thinking about getting a divorce anytime soon? But my husband's great. I mean, he's doing his part right now. You haven't seen a little one come running in the room screaming, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." So he's doing his part. But to answer your question, I'm not good at it. I'll be the first to admit. So you go, Amy.
Well, first of all, I think you're doing great because you have two beautiful, healthy, gorgeous little girls. So obviously you're doing something right. And I got very lucky with my husband. We're very 50-50, like straight down the middle 50-50. So I revel in that, but that's him more than it is me. But I think that part of it too is with us is like, you look at social media right now and you look at like TikTok and Facebook and all these things, and people are trying to be everything and trying to put on this glamorous lifestyle. That ain't what life is. It just is not. And Tanya and I have had these multiple conversations, and we're both very aligned on this, that we just kind of want to be ourselves. Like, I don't put myself very much on social media, and I'm trying to get better, but I don't care that much about myself. I care about my family and my friends and my loved ones. And that's who I want our show, really, and everything we do to be around, about making their lives better and our lives collectively better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let me make something clear. This face you see has been on literally since about this time in the AM.
Right.
The eyelashes are still on. I have not washed my face. Nothing. I mean, it's just like, this is what our wonderful makeup artist.
I love it. I love it. Is that a career?
See, and that's how you're gonna lose your eyelashes, girl. You're gonna lose your eyelashes.
Right.
She's like, I'm home now, god dog, and I can do what the hell I want to do.
I saw the box of eyelashes yesterday.
We started talking about this today. We were talking about a product that builds your eyelashes back, so you can't yank them out before they get built back. This makeup is going on 12 hours. I can't wait. I said, I got to do our show tonight, so let me just keep it on. So
there you go.
So, Renee, didn't I say yesterday when I had a full face when I came on last night?
Yes.
You were like, wow, you really glowing. I'm like, listen, this makeup has been on since 5:45 this morning.
Lord.
And that's why. So I fully understand that face.
Your face feels heavy. Like, at the end of the day, like, it feels heavy. I'm like, I got to just wash off the chalkboard. It's like a chalkboard.
Yes.
And at the same time, let me say, we have one of the most amazing makeup artists in the city of Chicago, and possibly beyond.
I know one of them. I know one of them that you have.
That's what you said, Trafina. Yes.
Trafina, yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
She's so bad. She needs to have a APB out on her. She beat my face.
She
so
does.
Bad.
She does. I love Miss Trafina to life. So
I'm gonna pause right there because explain to me the expression, because I am slightly suburban mom. Beat my face.
Beat your face. I mean, it's like,
that's a good thing, right?
It's a good thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a great thing. Yes.
I I mean, it's like, so just imagine, you know how the colloquialism, like when you get beat up really bad, your face is black and blue with all different kinds of colors and different things like that. So you just take it a little step further and like, woo, you beat my face so bad, woo. So something that was so bad is actually so good. So you beat my face, put all these different colors on my face, but you put it together. You just kind of beat my face. Was that a good explanation, guys?
Perfect, because I've only heard it like a couple times, and I'm like, I think it's good, but I don't know what it means.
So now, ladies, I see a segment there, right? I see I'm going to have to do a slang segment with you two. Yep. And I'll have to mix it up so that, you know, I know my suburban slang and I know my city slang. And then, of course, we got to do some LGBTQ slang in there. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, you do. Because one day, Sean Lewis, who is my former co-anchor, he was making me mad. And I said, you've been to some butt nut. And then later after the show, he said, yes, he did. He said, gay twinner went crazy. After I said that, I was like, what? He was like, butt nut and gay twitter.
We're all gonna learn together. How about that? We'll all learn together.
Yes, I promise you that.
Each other and understand we're all coming from different worlds, right?
That's right. That's right. I love it. So listen, ladies, this coming Monday, the 13th, 10 a.m. That's major time. That's, as they said, that's Hollywood time in TV. Yes. What are we going to expect 5 days a week from this amazing show? Daytime Chicago. What should we expect from this show?
Ooh, Tanya, should we do the promo? We get laughing about our promo because it's a little bit cheesy, true to what our style is going to be, but it's food,
fashion,
fun. That's what you're gonna get.
But it's some of everything, and you know what? We're kind of, to be honest with you, we're kind of making it up as we go along. You know, I mean, obviously you'll have your celebrity interviews, you'll have your chefs, you'll have your art chat daddy on there giving us some social etiquette or some slang lessons or some helping us with some celebrity. Amy came up with that name, celebrity. You know, like
I like that, celebrity. I like that.
Celebrity.
Some celebrity.
Mm-hmm. And Amy, we're working on a segment called what did you call it?
Ask Away to TNA.
I like that.
Yeah, and so one of the other things is we really like our libations.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday we had a pretend guest making some Moscow mules, and you were there. You witnessed it. We drank it the whole show.
Maybe I was like, these are big girls. They drinking early, right? I was like, I
pause that for a second because Tanya jumped out of her seat and ran as fast as she could to the demo table to get one. And I was like, okay, this is great. And I was like, I don't know if the bosses are watching. Are we going to get in trouble? What's going on? And she's like, it's fine.
We do a lot on the weekends that we get away with. So let's see what we can get away with during the morning.
I love it.
Yes. So, ladies, who would you say is your audience? Is it women who are at home during the day? Because of this pandemic, everybody's home now. So who would you say would be the most comfortable at daytime Chicago? Who do you think it would be?
I really hope that it's really anyone, because in my head, thinking kind of like what you're thinking, Chad Daddy, is like anybody from like 25 to 55, and I know that's such a big range, but this world is big and changing all the time. Mm-hmm. And so we're really, really trying to put thought into the segments that we do so we're not leaving out people. We don't want to leave husbands out. We're not going to bash our husbands the whole time. We're not going to leave single people out because those single people, they need help too. And then we're going to help the parents, and we want to do the restaurants, and we want to get Chicago back on its feet. So we really are trying very hard to get everybody into this bubble.
Yeah, we're setting a big table. We're setting a big table and inviting everybody to come and join us. We know we won't be everybody's cup of tea. We're not trying to be everybody. But again, in being ourselves, we're welcoming. We welcome a lot of people. You don't like us? Okay, sorry. Come on. And then everybody loves us. Come on, let's have some fun. fun. I mean, it's just about, like, again, just having some fun. There's going to be some things you're going to be like, There's going to be some things that you are laughing your head off. It's just, again, we're setting a big table. We're inviting everybody to join. And of course, with social media, we can get your feedback. Lord have mercy, become one of those kids. But
we used to it on this show. We used to it. We are used to it.
Okay.
We've had mega celebrities have kids run in.
Yeah, I just think, it's, you need to find your way. And if you and folks that watch, you got a suggestion, hey, why don't you do a segment about this? Ears are open.
Yeah,
ears are open.
100%. Yeah, let's face it, we're coming into a time where, we're in this weird dichotomy of Chicago being closed but open, and things are starting but they're not starting, and people are confused and they don't know what to do next, but they want to get out of the house. And there are no other programs in the city of Chicago like this right now. Like, people need to watch us to find out what they can and cannot do in Chicago and the surrounding suburbs. And that's what we hope to really bring people, is some information and some fun and a break from what life has been for the last year and 18 months, really.
Yeah, I love it. I do. Kay Renee, you always have something so beautiful to say to our guests towards the end. Kay Renee is our nugget of knowledge on this show. She gives us the inspiration and the hope. I'm the bad boy. She's the angel on this show. So, Kay Renee, what do you
don't believe that. Don't believe that, ladies. Don't believe that. I have a good side. I have a other side, but I have a side that folks don't want to see. But tonight, ladies, I really want to say this. Love your energy. Of course, my dolphin sister, Miss T. And you're a dolphin too, Amy. Even though you went to Schaumburg, but you're still a dolphin.
Let me make Amy feel good about this. Amy, I spent a lot of money shopping at the mall out in Schaumburg. So I got you. So yeah, go ahead.
And I think both of you are sheroes. So I want to ask you to end this, because my late our spiritual mom always says your life may be the only Bible that someone else reads. Who is your shero?
I'd have to say my late grandma. She raised 9 children in southern Mississippi. In the South, in Mississippi, while she was a sharecropper. And she ended up, now this woman got married, wasn't feeling her husband, divorced, remarried, had 7 more children plus an adopted child. Had her husband die when he was 35 years old. Not only continued to raise those children, she moved from the South to Chicago, stayed out of the housing projects, worked her butt off. And then when my mother, as a teenager, had her, she took a leave of absence to take care of me, and ended up never going back to work, but always managed to make sure we were fed, we were clothed, and most importantly, we were loved.
Amen.
And I cannot think of any more heroic person than someone like that. I love my grandmother so much, and I think about her. I literally, not a day goes by that I don't think about her and her strength. And I think that blood flows through my veins. And if she could do it, I can too, because we share some DNA. And that is some amazing DNA in my opinion.
Look! Somebody pass me a tissue. My God! Right. Amy and I were choked up. We're like, oh my God!
My grandmother she's something else. She didn't.
That was so beautiful. Now, Amy, you've got to follow that. So now, listen. If you don't even have a story that great, make one up, because that was incredible.
Yes, she does.
I have a different story. They're all great in their own right?
Yes.
Listen, my mother was one of the most amazing people in the world. We lost her almost 10 years ago now. So unfortunately, she did not meet my kids. She wasn't a grandmother, and that sucks. So I will put her in the A slot. But seriously, like 8.1 is my sister, because my sister has been the rock in my entire life. Like, I have not made a step in my life without talking to my sister. She she was a valedictorian. She was in Illinois. She got her master's degree. Now she's like a CASA. She works with these kids. She has always put other people before her, something that I wish I could emulate a little bit more, that I don't. And she's just such a wonderful human being that I'm so glad that she's also my best friend in the world. So thankfully, love her. So she's a great role model, and she's a mom of 3 girls. So I'm like, thank goodness, because she's putting good women out into the world too.
Yes.
Oh, God. Both stories, beautiful, ladies. Just both stories are so touching. And the one thing I'm so excited about, I really did want my audience to know you ladies, not as the veteran journalists, not as, our news anchors. You delivered good and bad to us in our living rooms, kitchens, wherever. But I wanted them to know that you are really human, that you are moms, that you cry just like any of us. And both stories were just absolutely beautiful. Hey, Renee, that was an amazing question.
That was a great question.
Yes.
Thank you.
I learned from the best, ladies. I mean.
Shucks. Go ahead. Sit down somewhere. You got me blushing. You got me blushing now, really. So, ladies, Monday, September 13th, 10 a.m. Central Time. So, for those that are not in the Chicagoland area, are they able to watch online? How can they watch the premiere?
So, we're supposed to be streaming WGNTV.com/live. And so it'll be one continuous stream. So you want your fans of the morning show, we'll be right on behind them. If you like the midday show, just check us out before the midday show comes on. But we'll be sandwiched right there in between. Got good stuff on the back end, in the middle, and the front.
Very good. Very, very, very good. They're on all social media platforms, you guys. Daytime Chicago. I took that T out. I don't know why it's there.
Chicago TV.
TV. Okay, so I needed to add the V. Okay, thank you. Wait, let me put it up there, Amy, because I'm like, something's not right here. What happened? Here we go. TV. Very good. Social media platforms, Daytime Chicago, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is Daytime Chicago TV. Chicago's newest daytime talk show. It premieres Monday. 2 just amazing hosts. These ladies are really personable, charming. Amy and I even wear the same color toenail polish. I'll just put it out there like that, but that's okay. That's all right. I can't put my foot up there. I put my foot up, the whole show will be over, Amy. It'll be just a little too much. Just know, people that know my toes are black. They are, and I mean, just not me black, but the toenails are black. It's not
right
bad.
on the fingers, black on the toes.
That's right. So I have to get me a nice manicure as well too. Well, ladies, God bless you both. Nothing but continued success.
Thank you, Chad.
Thanks for having us on.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's moments like this that let the world know that, you're everyday regular humans and you live a wonderful life just being beautiful people. And in honor of September being self-care month, we learned more about you tonight on just how you make the magic happen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So don't forget, you guys, set your clock for this coming Monday, Daytime Chicago. The premiere is Monday, September 13th. 10 a.m. on WGN TV, or as we say in the hood, Channel 9.
Channel 9. That's right.
Yeah. And wait, a little tidbit before we go. I found out yesterday that the studio you guys are doing your show in used to be Bozo's studio.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the Bozo show when I was very young. We finally got the tickets and were able to go to the Bozo show. So yesterday just was heartwarming to me in just so many ways to be back in the studio. And actually, I got to play the grand prize game.
Oh,
I did. So that's so funny. I didn't win it. I did not win it. I don't remember that. I don't, but I remember there was a little boy. There's a funny video. I wasn't that little boy, but he missed the bucket and he said a swear word on TV. I'll never forget that, but I was not that little boy. I was not.
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe the bucket number 3, maybe. I'm thinking,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, when I say some of the surprises, the bucket may make an appearance on our show.
My sister made it too. I was so bummed. Like, she and my parents got tickets in the 70s, and I was little. They left me home. My sister made on the grand prize game, and she made it to bucket 4.
Really?
Oh.
Yay!
Wow.
Yeah.
I never made it. What about you, K. Renee? I can never get tickets.
That wouldn't happen here on the South Side. So I just watch TV and watch Bozo. It wasn't happening here.
Yeah.
So.
And Robin was hoping that she would see me and call my name. No,
that wasn't gonna happen here on the South Side. Sorry.
Ladies, another segment idea. I'll tell you about that. Right. Look, maybe we'll have to take the grand prize game to the community.
And prize game.
Yep.
Love it.
Very good. All right. Well, much success to you both. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. Love and adore both of you.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing more of you, and congratulations on this.
Thank you.
Yay!
Bye, my dolphin sister and honorary dolphin sister.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chicago's very own Tanya Francisco from the West Side, and Amy Rutledge from Schaumburg. Right. That's how it works. But they are the new host of Daytime Chicago, Monday, 10 a.m. See you later, ladies. Have a good night.
Ladies.
Love you. Bye.
Be safe.
Bye. That was amazing. Yay. Just love them. I just love
Oh my goodness. Their
them.
energy.
Aren't they incredible?
Their energy is infectious. They're going to do well. I cannot wait to see their premiere episode this coming Monday.
Yes, absolutely. So we're looking forward to, and I just love both of them. Their energy is great, all of that, and they're fun, and so that made that extra special. All right. Well, what else we need to cover? Because if not, we need to go see Robin Roberts
We do
tonight on ABC. Oh, we got to do knowledge.
We got to do the nugget.
Okay. Let's do that nugget of knowledge, my love.
Let's see. The nugget of knowledge states the following. Oh, goodness. I should know this nugget because it is my own nugget, but I've created so many, right? So here is my nugget. If I can get it. Good Lord.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
If your word is... Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Okay. We just had a froze screen. Okay, look. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
1. If your word is your bond, you're only as good as your last word. And this is Wise Words Wednesday. # be impeccable with your word.
Yeah, amen. Be impeccable with your word.
With your word. Yes.
With your words, baby. For more information, visit KarensNuggetsOfKnowledge.com. KarensNuggetsOfKnowledge.com. We just love and appreciate her. We do. Karen, I want to wish you and Kim Coleman much success on the relaunch of your podcast this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. I saw where you guys were promoting it today. I am just really excited that you are commemorating the 20th year, not celebration, but commemorance of 9/11. And I look forward to your show on Saturday. Anything else we need to cover, my dear?
For those who are here in Chicago and all over the world, if you want more of Chat Daddy, you need to do what? Subscribe, not only on Facebook, but YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, get that bell so you can get more encore performances of the real Chat Daddy, okay? And then you always go to his website, therealchatdaddyshow.com, ladies and gents.
All right. Is that where you go get it? Therealchatdaddyshow.com? Is that where you go? Yeah.
Oh, therealchatdaddy.com. Yes.
Well, either way, the show, the daddy, the whatever it is, we make it happen. We just run. Who knew a show created in my house during the pandemic would do what it does? But it does what it do. Isn't that how we say it? It does what it does, but it does what it do. Do what it does. Okay, all right. Very good. All right. Well, on behalf of our wonderful co-host, the amazing Miss K. Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge, yours truly, our Chat Daddy Sims. I thank you guys so much. Thank you to our wonderful guests this evening. We were only supposed to talk to those ladies for a few minutes, but see, that's how personable and charming and beautiful they are, and that's how we ended up talking as long as we did. Don't forget, tonight, as well as the next couple of nights, there will be commemorances of 9/11 throughout all network television and other television programming. Make sure you take some time to reflect. I'm going to check out Miss Robin Roberts on ABC that's starting now about the women of 9/11. and hear their stories of how they survived and heroism and all of that good stuff. So yes. All right. All righty then. Well, we'll see you guys on Monday night. Stay well, be safe. As we always say, please wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask. Wash your hands, keep them hands as clean as you most possibly can, and get healthy. We're going to have a nutritionist on the show to talk about how to get healthy, stay safe, and do all of those things. Thank you to everybody who checked us out tonight. We really do appreciate you guys, and more is to come soon. Don't think it's not coming. All right? All right. We love you guys. We out of here. Be safe.
Have a great weekend.
Be good. Knock them dead this weekend, babe.
Thank you, dear.
All right. Guys. See you guys later. Bye. Bye. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.